In addition to some states in the US that banned TikTok, the EU is more closely scrutinizing the platform. Recently, the Dutch Ministry of General Affairs asked ministries and government agencies to stop using the Chinese application TikTok. Two Dutch government officials told Politico that Dutch government ministries and agencies have mostly followed the requirement of the General Department to avoid using TikTok and that the government has stopped communicating and advertising on this platform. This is despite the app's skyrocketing popularity in the Netherlands, which has around 3.5 million users. The decision to ban TikTok came after the announcement by the Dutch Ministry of General Affairs last November that the government suspends the use of TikTok until this app adjusts its data protection policy. While the proposal is similar to the U.S. government's decision to ban TikTok on their devices starting in December, the Dutch ban is more limited in range and in enforcement, according to Politico. According to Taiwan's Newton newspaper, the General Department is an executive body headed by the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, tasked with coordinating government policy, communicating with the royal family, and more. The Office of the Prime Minister, the Dutch Government Press Service, the Government Science and Policy Committee, and the Intelligence and Security Oversight Committee are all managed by the General Department. TikTok, owned by ByteDance, a Chinese multinational internet technology company, has been investigated for sending EU user data to China. More than half of U.S. states have banned TikTok's access to the app on state government devices. The U.S. federal government and Congress also banned it. French President Emmanuel Macron, one of Europe's fiercest critics of TikTok, described TikTok as seemingly innocent, but is a cause of making users addicted and a source of misinformation from Russia. On January 12th, France fined TikTok $5.5 million for errors in handling cookies. On July 2021, the Dutch Data Protection Authority issued a fine of $800,000 against TikTok for invading the privacy of young children. The reason is that TikTok does not fully display the terms of privacy and data protection in Dutch, while many teenagers, mostly young children, cannot know how their data will be processed because they don't learn English. Politico reported Dutch officials have sought to strengthen ties with Washington in recent months as the United States pushed to limit sales of sensitive technology to China, including machinery made by Dutch ASML company. Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte met with President Joe Biden this month and discussed countermeasures to China's threat. TikTok admitted in early November last year that some Chinese employees had access to TikTok user data in Europe. In December, a Forbes report said that TikTok employees used a way to access user data to track reporters' locations, so it was strictly investigated in the U.S. On January 10th, the head of the EU's antitrust department, Margrethe Vestager, asked TikTok CEO Zhou Zizi to meet in Brussels, Belgium, to jointly reevaluate EU-China relations more broadly. TikTok is facing numerous legal, regulatory, and security challenges in the EU and growing criticism from the public. On January 19th, after a video call with Zhou Zizi, EU Internal Market Commissioner Thierry Breton said that if the audit results show that TikTok is not fully compliant with the EU Digital Service Act, we will not hesitate to implement comprehensive sanctions to protect our citizens.